All right, so here is the beginning part of this slideshow. Okay, so this has to do with our two golfers. Do you guys remember this a little bit? I don't know if we got through all of it or not. You're not going to sit that baby with a diaper on top of my tables, are you? Okay, you got to hold the baby the whole time. I mean, its neck is not like solidified there, right? There you go. All right, here we go. Guys, take a look. Take a look. This is page 19, I believe. 19, I believe. It should say task 12. Does it say task 12 on page 19? Okay. All right, so in golf, you want to try to have the lowest score. 72 par means maybe took you 3 times to get to the first hole, okay? Maybe it'd take you 4 times to get to the second hole, but they anticipated that it would only take you 3. That's 1 over par. So we gave you this information about Roy and Minerva, and we said, who is the better golfer, Herlin, and why? Okay, you can't just take a position, you have to also back up your answer. So then we went to the data and came up with this data right here. So everybody take a look at my Promethean board. All right, my Promethean board. This is what you're going to have to do for today's project. Okay, so you are going to get some data just like this. You're going to have to create some graphs. So remember, when you want to have a graph, you can either drag this attribute or this variable down here, or you can click on the x-axis and you can actually select one of those attributes. So right there, this is Roy's golf scores, okay? What might we want to know about Roy's golf scores? Maybe how many times or how many scores he has, okay? So I click on the ruler, which is over on the far right, and I hit and select count. So there are 10 different golf scores, okay? Maybe I want to know the mean, like what's his average of all those 10 golf scores? And it's right there, but it doesn't show me, so I select show the measure labels. Now it shows up. Maybe I want to have the median. The median represents what again? The middle amount. So of all of his golf scores, 79.5 is the middle. Maybe I want to show this measure of spread. Okay. If you remember, and I'm guessing several of you don't, this right here goes from, I forgot, the mean. This is +1 standard deviation. This is -1 standard deviation, okay? Within that standard deviation is about 67% of all of his golf scores. So all of his golf scores, 67%, sorry, are within that amount. Herlin, put the phone away. Okay? So that's all about Roy. Now let's talk about Minerva. So I'm going to do a second graph for her. So I select graph. I'm going to click on the x-axis and bring up Minerva scores. I'm going to go over here and select ruler, which I can't see right now, and do the count, show the measure, the mean, the median, the standard deviation. Okay. And I'm going to clean this up just a little. So if you had to decide who was the better golfer, how would you decide that? Could we look at the mean? So look at the mean for these two individuals. What do you notice about the mean? It is the same. So is that going to be helpful in telling me who's the better golfer? No. What about the median? The median means the middle score of all of their scores. So Roy's is 79.5, Minerva's is 78. Is that helpful in telling me who is the better golfer? No, because both of those medians are very close. What about the standard deviation? What does standard deviation mean again? I forget. Standard deviation is how wide or how, yes, another word, how wide, how big, how spread out. Now, if you want a good golfer, do you want their scores to be widely spread? Or would you want their scores to be kind of clustered together? Maybe it depends on you. If you want them clustered together, who would you choose to be the better golfer? Do you want a bigger standard deviation, a bigger spread, or would you want a smaller if you think being clustered in a score, clusters of scores are better? You would want the smaller, right? So those of you that think the smaller is better is probably saying Roy is the better golfer. He has a smaller standard deviation. But maybe some of you are looking at Minerva and saying, hey, she actually has 2 of the absolute lowest scores. Okay, yeah, maybe she's got some high scores too, but hey, every once in a while she gets some really low scores. My point is, you can make and take whatever position you want, but you have to back it up with your graphs and your data. Does that make sense? Okay. That is what you are going to be working on today as we look at, let's see if I can do this. Touch.